Hello, my guy. As I promised Masana Ajagudi, we are proceeding. Today, tikambaza deriving a formula, quadratic formula. We just know that there is a quadratic formula, but most of us, we don't know how it was derived. So I just want to walk you through few steps how you can derive this quadratic formula. So stay tuned, Mayo. Yeah, so here is our question. Derive the quadratic equation formula by solving the equation ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Now, if you look at this equation, this is how a typical quadratic equation looks like. So, for us to derive a formula, we are going to solve this one. Now, the method which we are going to use solving this equation, we are going to use a method known as completing the square. So, let's have a solution here. Now, the first rule of solving a quadratic equation using a completing square is to make sure that the first term it is having a coefficient of 1. So if it is having a coefficient of 1, then you are good to go using completing the square. Now, our first step is to make sure that this first term should have a coefficient of 1. So how do we how do we take out a so that we leave a coefficient of 1? Simple. We are going to cancel out a throughout the equation. So by saying divided by a, and this other side as well as a. So we can just leave it like that. So you cancel out. Now you are going to remain with x squared plus b over ax plus c over a equals 0. Now, the way we have reached here, we have made we have made our equation with the first term bearing a coefficient of 1. So, the next step when we are solving the we are solving equation using completing the square, we are to make this second term be divided by 2 and add the answer to the next term as well as to the third term. But before we do that, we have to make sure that the third term, this last part, we are supposed to shift it and put it to this other side where there is 0. Now it is going to look like x squared plus b over ax equals minus c over a. Since c over a, it is bearing a positive sign. Now it has crossed the unequal sign going this way. It is bearing a negative sign. So divided by this second term divided by 2, the answer we're going to add both sides, but the answer we are going to square it. So there we go. We are going to say x squared plus, if we say this one divided by 2, we are going to get b over a x plus b over 2a squared equals negative c over a plus again b over 2a in blanket squared. So it is going to look like that. Now, here we go. When you go to this side, in short, I should just say we should remove these parentheses. So we are going to say x squared plus b ax plus b over 2a squared equals negative c over a plus b squared, it is b squared, over 2a squared, it is going to be 4a squared. Now, the way it is, it's like we should make a single fraction. We should express this expression this side as a single fraction. We can simply use a method which we call by not necessarily a method, but we can just say we can just add by finding the common denominator. So let's do separately. We are going to say negative c over a plus b squared over 4a squared. So the common denominator of these two denominator is 4a squared. So a into 4a squared, we are going to get 4a. 4a multiplied by a negative c. So it is 4a, negative 4ac plus 4a square into 4a square, we are going to get 1. 1 multiplied by b square, we are going to get b squared. Now we can rearrange the numerator. We can rearrange and write it as b squared minus 4ac divided by 4a squared. Now, so the way it is, we are going to take this one and put it and replace it with what we have here. So it's like we have added. Now it is going to be like this. Now the next step here is to find the perfect square of this side now. So the perfect square of this side. Remember the way it is when we are working with the perfect square. You can see this first term is bearing the square here, and this part also is bearing the square here. So we don't bother. We just take this variable and what appears inside this parenthesis. So we are going to say x plus, because it is bearing a positive sign, that's why we say plus here, and plus b over 2a, then we put it as a square, and we equate it to what we have this side, b squared over minus 4ac 4a square. So it is going to look like that. The next part now is to, since we want to solve, that means we want to get the value of the variable. The variable which we are solving for here is x. So we are going to take roots. We are going to take root sign both sides for us to get rid of this square. So we're going to say square root and square root as well. So we're going to cancel this and this. Then it is going to be like x plus b over 2a equals plus or minus, since this root sign carries both signs. It is going to be b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. it is going to look like that. If we work out with this root, then it is going to be x plus b 2a equals plus or minus b squared minus 4ac root on top over 2a. Since we have done the square root, we are done with this 4a squared with the square root. Now, since we want to get the value of x, that means we are going to make x as a subject of a formula, meaning we are going to get this part, we are shifting this part coming to this other side. So we are going to say x equals plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a root on top minus b over 2a. It is going to carry a negative sign here because here it is positive. Now, the way it is, we can play around it to combine it to make it as a single fraction. So making it a single fraction, we are also going to employ that step of finding the common denominator here. So getting the common denominator here, we are going to say common denominator is 2a. So 2a getting into 2a is 1. 1 multiplied by what we have on top here is the same on b squared minus 4ac with root. Then 2a into 2a is 1. 1 multiplied by negative b here, we're going to have negative b. So do not forget this side is x. Now we can just rearrange the numerator on top here. Rearranging the numerator on top, that negative b should be to the start here. Then it will look like x is equal to negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Reaching this far, we have derived the quadratic formula. Thank you.